What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alison Moyet, and we're going back for another bonus tune included in an expanded folder for her 1987 album Rain Dancing. Once again, big shout out to friend and champion of the channel, Seth. And I noticed all of the remaining tunes, save for one, which I'll mention in a moment, are some type of mix, and several of the remaining tracks are alternative versions of tracks from the actual album Rain Dancing. The one we're going to listen to now isn't, even though it's an extended mix. It's called Love Letters, and I was like, wait, have I reacted to a track called Love Letters? I keyword searched my YouTube. I haven't. So as far as I know, I haven't heard this tune, but we're hearing an extended mix, not just a normal, original mix. Either way, the one track that isn't a mix of any kind is called the Coventry Carol, which makes me think it's going to be a Christmas tune. I was looking, there's like 4 or 5 tracks before that, including this one. So as long as I do an Alison reaction every 10 days or so, we should get to the Coventry Carol right around the middle or like second half of December, so right around Christmas time. So I think it's slated to be just about perfect. But as for this one, Love Letters, it's perhaps a more antiquated relic of an earlier generation or earlier generations, although you could say there are likely descendants and digital forms of communication that on one level or in one way or another maintain that earlier tradition, which is to say a love letter is a very devotional form of communication, whether you're just specifying to the other person how strongly you feel, how much you want to see them, how much you're in love with them overall. They're also a way to maintain a connection when you're not in the same place, which is to say the implication of a love letter is that you're not in the same location. So not only do they convey loving sentiment and maybe also share anecdotes about times that you've already had together, or speculate and think about what you'll do when you get to be together again. So love letters can contain some different things, but ultimately they imply that you're in a different location. So currently you can't do any of those things. You can't share in that love in any physical or immediate sense. So I wonder who's writing the love letters. I wonder whether already in the 80s you can say, okay, well, there are types of communication, people using telephones and cell phones, like car phones. They're not too common, but there are already mobile forms of communication. So perhaps it could be not as simple as an old-fashioned love letter. But either way, with an extended mix, I would expect there to be an instrumental interlude, or perhaps a multi-measure repetition of the chorus with maybe little bits popping in and out. Either way, let's find out. This is Alison Moyet. The track is Love Letters, and it's the extended mix, extended version as I see here. And it's included in an expanded album for the folder for her 1987 album Rain Dancing. What it would be if I had turned things on. We shall now see where we're at.
Love letters straight from your heart, keep us so near, one apart. I'm not alone in the night. When I can have all the love you write, I memorize.
Sounds like even deeper than normal.
And I kiss the name that you sign.
I could visualize this as she was saying it.
And darling, then I read again, right from the start. Love letters straight
connection at the current moment. So even though nothing changes, you'll keep reading it.
And darling, then I read again, right from the start. Love letters straight from your heart. I memorize every line, and I kiss the name that you sign. And darling, then I read again, right from the start. Love letters straight from your heart.
I like this one a lot.
Letters straight from your heart.
It's, get out of here. It's perfect compositionally, but it didn't feel like an extended mix. Like, how long was that? 4 minutes? Not even. It was, like 3.5. So, an oddly short extended mix, and one that just feels like an original mix of a tune. But I love it. It had a bit of that jazz club feeling. It had more of an improvisational feel. It didn't feel like a big performance where, like, she's walking around the crowd and has everyone sort of mesmerized. It felt like she was kind of pouring her heart out at the piano and, talking about how she misses this person and she keeps reading the letters because it's the only way to hold on to that connection and to feel what she knows she could feel with him more regularly were he here. It had a bit more of a, like, natural, like, someone just, like, in a club like that who, begins to play because they feel, more so than a, like, show-stopping, like, oh my gosh, like, everyone just look at in the spotlight. But yeah, ultimately, going, like, very deep in some of the line deliveries, so I enjoyed that as well. And yeah, just a cool tune. It's a tune that, like, you could totally imagine Oleta Adams singing. For, like, anyone who knows her, I'm still, in the early stages of listening to her solo material, but I first heard her in relation to the Tears for Fears, of course, the Tears for Fears. But ultimately, she does a lot of jazzy, soulful stuff, and some of it is, complicated emotions where she feels strongly, but, it's not easy, or they're not together, and so on. And so it feels like this could slot into one of her albums very easily. But yeah, a top tune, and one that, makes me wonder, was there a different version? And if so, how long was that? Like 1:45, 2 minutes? But yeah, shout out to Alison. As I said, I'm looking forward to getting to Coventry Carol right about the time we get to my birthday / Christmas. My birthday is the 18th, in case I didn't mention that before. I think I did. Either way, because the point is I have some holiday stuff planned for that week, which, relates to, like, people who've been following the channel, like, things I'm thankful for, and so because it'll be my birthday, it'll be sort of like my present to you folks. In any case, this is all for future events. Do let me know what you think of this. Shout out to Alison. I've, been going through some Depeche Mode documentaries recently, and, when we were watching the one for Speak and Spell and talking about Vince leaving the group, and, like, he even thought, like, he wasn't really going to have a big future in music maybe, and then he did a demo with Alison and poof, it became Yazoo, and all the, like, attention that brought. So yeah, I've been thinking about Alison the last couple of days. Happy to get back to this deep dive. Shout out to Seb once again. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time.